Hey guys, right, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about full range of motion. Now, this video is purely aimed at people who are looking to build muscle. We are not talking about strength training. If you are doing strength training, then yeah, full range of motion would be ideal, okay? But if your main goal is hypertrophy, building muscle, keeping that muscle under tension for an elongated period of time, yeah? You know, when you're doing hypertrophy training, we're not looking at low reps, we're looking at higher repetitions, 10, 12, 15, or if you're like me, I like the number 20, all that kind of good stuff. So, full range of motion in regards to hypertrophy training is bullshit. I can't count the amount of times that I've been told, oh yeah, I would like to see you do that with full range of motion. However, the same people that are saying that do not have my muscular size, right? Now, take a page out of some of the top bodybuilders, right? They pump up the muscle, okay? I know what the argument's gonna be. Oh yeah, well these guys are on all kinds of shit, shit that I'm not on. Yeah, that's fine. But end of the day, that shit that they're on isn't a magic pill. It doesn't mean that you just take that, or a magic injection or whatever. It doesn't mean you take that and all of a sudden you start to swell the fuck up, right? You still have to put the work in. You still have to train, yeah? I'll get into that. I'll get into that video another day. But anyway, let's take the bench press, for example. At the bottom of that movement, coming up to about maybe here, you're getting shoulder activation. Mid part of that movement is where your chest will activate. And then from about here onwards, the top portion of that movement would be primarily tricep activation, right? Now, again, if you're doing strength training, you do a full bench press, yeah? That's a compound movement that will work shoulders, chest, triceps, as well as a few other muscles as stabilizers and all that kind of good stuff, right? So, an individual who's looking for hypertrophy, an individual who's looking just to kill the chest, it would be beneficial for you to move whatever weight you're moving in the mid range of that rep, yeah? So sometimes people see me just staying in that mid range and pumping, right? And those are the same people that'll be like, oh yeah, I would like to see you do that weight with full range of motion. Motherfucker, a full range of motion on the chest is not from down here to up here. Okay, that's not full range of motion. Full range of motion on a bicep, on a bench press, yeah, but is that now targeting the muscle that I'm trying to stress and force an adaptation? No, we're pulling other muscles into here, right? And this is a prime example because a lot of people that I talk to don't understand how to take the shoulders out of the equation and the triceps out of the equation when doing a bench press. Now, if you have strong triceps, strong shoulders, right, they will continue to get stronger and your chest will not feel it. How many times have you heard people say, oh, I do a bench press, but I feel it in my shoulders. I do a bench press, but my triceps are burning. I do a bench press, but I don't feel it in my chest. People come and work with me, and all of a sudden, when I teach them, baby reps, yeah, this is how people take the piss and say baby reps. Look, take the piss as much as you want, chastise me. It's cool. It's all good and well because end of the day, you don't have the muscular size that I do. Then when I meet up with, other fellow big guys, bodybuilders, that has got that kind of size and all that, they understand how to do this. Full range of motion is bullshit, right? Now, at the same time, a full range of motion on the chest just the chest muscle, right? Who says that you have to do the full range of motion in one exercise? Who says that? Most of the time, you will get people who will do some kind of pressing action, right? Then do a form of, let's say a fly. Now, fly will take that muscle, if you're doing it correctly, in a stretched portion of that of the muscle, and then come back. Now, if we're doing a lying dumbbell fly, that's primarily going to be the stretch portion. You're getting that stretch, coming back, a little bit of a squeeze, right? Then we would go on to maybe, let's say, the cable crossovers. So now all of a sudden, you're going from like mid-range, right? And you're pulling all the way in and squeezing that chest, right? All of a sudden, throughout those 3 exercises, you have put that chest through its full range of motion. So these individuals who are screaming full range of motion, doesn't have to be in one set, one exercise, sorry. And at the same time, by breaking it up and actually focusing on that muscle and feeling that muscle and squeezing that muscle in certain areas and whatever, you will get better gains. Again, strength athletes, if you're looking at this, you're watching the wrong video, because when you're doing a strength training kind of strength program, yeah, full range all the way, because you're looking for the compound movement, you're looking for the ability to use as many muscles as possible. Now, obviously, people kind of listen to this and then try to do this with every exercise. Can you do that on a deadlift? No, motherfucker. A deadlift is a full body exercise as far as I'm concerned. You know, however, if you were to go onto a cable row or a row, some type of row machine, right, where you can just pump it like that, yeah, then yeah, you can focus on a certain part of that back, you know. So play about, people. The thing is, we're so absorbed in what's wrong, what's right, you know. People look at me and go, oh, but you're training wrong. But look, motherfucker, that training works for me. Why? Because I, again, have the muscular size that you do not. Maybe you should look at me and say, maybe I should start doing what that motherfucker's doing, because I want to get as big as him. Yeah? Don't chastise him. Don't chastise me. Anyway, this is not, the violin. We're not playing the violin here. I'm just teaching another way of training, right? And some people watching this probably going, yep, this motherfucker knows. You know, you look at certain bodybuilders, a simple bicep curl, right? They've got the dumbbell and they are pumping, right? They are not going all the way down, contracting the tricep so that the bicep has got the stretch, right? And then coming back up, contract the bicep, there we go. Not doing all that bullshit, right? You're pumping. Why? Because that muscle is going to stay under tension for however long you are doing those repetitions for. So, my opinion, full range of motion in a hypertrophy world, you know, if your goals are building muscle, bullshit. Don't listen to it. There are different ways to train and different ways to reach a goal. My opinion. Let me know if you agree in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe, motherfuckers. Train hard, keep it live, and get that. Where's the camera? There we go. Dirty pump.